Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's April 21st, and let's talk about self-trust and burnout. Burnout does more than exhaust your body and mind. It quietly erodes the relationship you have with yourself. When you've pushed past your limits for too long, ignored your inner warnings, and kept going despite emotional depletion, it can leave you questioning your own judgment. You may begin to wonder, why didn't I stop sooner? Why didn't I listen to myself? How did I let it get this far? Burnout often leaves behind an invisible wound, fractured self-trust. And healing from burnout is not just about rest, it's about learning to trust yourself again. Now, burnout can make you feel disconnected from your intuition. When survival mode becomes your normal state, your decisions are driven by urgency instead of alignment. When you have overridden your own needs for so long, yet your inner voice becomes quieter and quieter. This creates a painful cycle. You stop listening to your body, you dismiss emotional warning signs, you question your instincts. And this result is not only exhaustion, but self-doubt. One of the first steps towards rebuilding self-trust is releasing shame. Burnout is not a personal failure. It's often the consequence of carrying too much for too long without enough support, rest, or boundaries. You are not weak because you became overwhelmed. You are human. Instead of blaming yourself for missing the signs, offer compassion to the version of you who was doing the best they could with what they knew at the time. Healing begins when judgment ends. Now, self-trust is not restored overnight. It is rebuilt through consistent, gentle actions. Start small by honoring your need for rest without guilt. Say no when something feels misaligned. Keep small promises to yourself. Each time you listen to yourself and respond with care, you can send a message inward saying, I can rely on me again. After burnout, your nervous system may still be operating in protection mode. This can make intuition harder to hear. Create moments of stillness where your inner voice can return. Journal your honest emotions. Sit in silence without distractions. Spend time in nature. Practice mindful breathing. Trust grows where attention is given. Now, many people who experience burnout tie their worth to productivity. Rest can feel unfamiliar, even unsafe, but rest is not laziness, it's restoration. Releasing burnout means redefining success in a way that includes peace, boundaries, and sustainability. You do not need to earn your right to pause. There may always be grief for the version of you who pushed too hard, stayed too long, or ignored the warning signs, but there's also wisdom in what burnout teaches. Now you know what your limits feel like. Now you recognize the cost of abandoning yourself. Now you have the opportunity to choose differently. Self-trust after burnout is born from honoring what you've learned, not punishing yourself for how you learned it. Now, healing is not about becoming who you were before burnout. It's about becoming someone who trusts themselves enough to not abandon their own needs again. Now, today's positive affirmation is, I am comfortable in my own skin. I hope you all have a great day.